I just got back from the American Economic Association conference in Boston, and I brought you a quiz. Here's what we are looking at. This is a Bloomberg poll of the not the fundamentals, of the mechanics of a stock. You're looking at volume and price. What would you say has happened to that company?
The price has gone down.
All right, here's what's happening. DI Corp is based in South Korea, is in the semiconductor industry. Coincidentally, the CEO's son is Psy.
Gangnam Style.
Did Gangnam Style, right? This is the guy who was dancing in the video. So here's what happened. This is a researcher, Andy Kim, took a look, was trying to figure out how we can separate attention on a stock from real information about a stock. And so the assumption is from noise, right? So people hear about Gangnam Style, they watch Gangnam Style, they read about it, they hear about this stock, and what happened is the price went up based on no material information whatsoever. This is pure attention is what we're looking at there.
Everybody who celebrates this song were able to generate their own flash mobs with tens of or hundreds or thousands of people, and then excited about this song and upload the flash mob together with it. That's a great proxy for us about the attention level of the stock in that specific region. And lo and behold, when the attention level in that region is higher, then the individual investor in that region are more likely to buy this size father stock. And then institutional investors were rather silent in that sense because they are smarter money. And so the distinction between the individual investors and institutional investors, we can clearly distinguish.
Quincy Crosby, this is what really struck me about this research was that the institutional investors were actually sophisticated. They didn't move on this. Individual investors noticed the corporation, bought the stock.
Absolutely, and that's one of the reasons that you'll see, placements in movies. People go to the movies, they'll see a brand in the movie, leave and say, oh, gee, this is an important company, I'll look at that stock. It's not fundamental analysis, for sure.
It's also why an athlete, a shoe company gets an athlete to endorse their product. You don't know how good the shoe is, you just know that some athlete's got his name on it.
What I would point out here, and I think this has been true for decades, with the exception of great work at UMass Amherst and at Vanderbilt, people in finance and investment stand in awe of economists' garbage analysis of what happens on the street. The economists, as a general rule, are absolutely tone deaf to what's called drift in stock markets. And we've seen it decade after decade. This is 2 points, right?
Yeah.
This is 2 median
Volume
points. I get
versus
the
price.
point.
Yeah. No, but he's looking at the attention.
Well, what we're seeing is, so this is all pegged to each one of those spikes you see is when Gangnam Style became popular in a new country. Those are the individual investors in those countries. Let's take a look at who owns the stock now. This is even better.
Before you get to that, Psy's grandmother sells shares, so she's smart money?
In one of those peaks, Psy's grandmother's a smart money. Well, look at that. The fourth largest shareholder is Eugene, Fama's Dimensional Fund Advisors, and that's a new purchase. So that I can't quite square that. Rachel Wearspan, our producer, actually got in touch with DFA, and they declined comment. But that...
Yeah, we should say DFA is hugely prestigious within academic.
Yeah.
The linkage of academics to finance.
Of course.
Eugene Fama.
Well, wait, didn't you also dance Gangnam Style too, by the way?
Yes, of course.
Let's try it out again.
We went there. Andy Kim and I did it. There we go. Those are my hips moving. And strangely, we're synced. I'm not sure how we pulled that off, but yes, that was what I did.
This does not look like the first time you did Gangnam Style.
When I first saw it, I thought it was animated.
I do weddings and bar mitzvahs.